Truex Jr., Denny Hamlin, and Ryan Blaney.
Yeah, Blaney's trying to hang on to that group, and right now has got a good run on Hamlin, trying to move up a spot there. They'll all go nose to tail, bottom of the racetrack now as they work off 4.
10 laps left now in stage number 1 here at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. Kyle Larson has things well in hand, but still a tight battle. Kurt Busch, Denny Hamlin, Truex, and Blaney.
Kurt Busch begins to ease away just a bit, as does Martin Truex Jr. Hamlin has dropped 2 spots. Now he's in jeopardy of losing another one. He'll try to block Blaney. Both go to the bottom. Now they drift up to the middle, all the way to the top off turn 2, nose to tail.
I think Blaney's got a run on him this time down into turn 3. Depending on where Hamlin goes with his line, he'll stay about a car length and a half behind. Blaney can't make anything work there. Meanwhile, Kurt Busch stretches it out over Martin Truex Jr.
Blaney in 7th, trying to take 6th place away from Denny Hamlin. Gotta say, Ryan Blaney's car might be the best looking paint scheme out here today in that PPG colors as he goes after Hamlin on the high side.
Blaney has really been good in the second half of this first stage run since we had that competition caution, but he still has not been able to clear the machine of Hamlin. They're fighting in front of him, though.
He'll get side by side this time. Great run off the hill down on 2. We'll use it down in turns 3, bottom of the racetrack. Hamlin goes way upstairs, and Blaney's going to take that spot away off turn 4.
Hamlin in danger of falling another spot back. He's currently 7th, and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. now trying to line him up. And just behind them, Joey Logano coming in a hurry.
Stenhouse Jr. strong in the first run of this green flag session at the beginning of stage 1, but he hasn't done quite so well. He's fought handling a little bit in these last 40 laps. Joey Logano trying to close him on him as they exit turn 2.
Well, must be something amiss on Hamlin's car. He's giving up some more ground. Stenhouse is going to close it down to about a 2 car lengths, make that 3 car lengths in the bottom of the racetrack. Joey Logano's got the hammer down, trying to catch up to that group off 4.
You know, one of the other things these teams are chasing, Mark, is this is the first time we've seen the sunshine here this weekend. Both Friday and Saturday were cold, misty, overcast. Today we come out here, we're bathed in sunshine. It's about 20 degrees warmer. So besides the fact that this is a track that eats up tires, you're racing a package you've never had. You're also racing in conditions you haven't seen up until today.
So we wonder why then before the race and yesterday when you ask drivers about the whole deal, they go, I don't know. Now we know why they said that. A lot has been thrown at them here this afternoon, that's for sure.
I will be curious to see how the complexion of this race goes over the remainder. I think there's still a lot of filling out right now from these teams and drivers and crew chiefs, knowing what they can do. Kyle Larson knows what he can do. He's out to a 4-second advantage over second-place running Kevin Harvick.
Right now, Joey Logano is one of those guys, Doug, making a big move here in stage number 1. Started this race in 27th. He's currently riding now in the 9th position, trying to creep in on Ricky Stenhouse Jr., who has lost ground to Denny Hamlin as they work out of 4. Here's Logano peeking to the inside as we have 4 laps left here in stage number 1 as they go back to turn 1.
Joey Logano fast in practice but struggled in qualifying. Now he begins to show a little bit of muscle. He takes the position away from Ricky Stenhouse Jr. He'll now try to close ranks on Denny Hamlin. Hamlin to the top of the racetrack. Logano on the bottom in the middle of 1 and 2, then lets it drift to the top.
And we'll see if Logano can catch up to the back bumper there of Hamlin as they work down into turn 3, down into the bottom of the racetrack. Everybody's staying down by that yellow line as they work off turn 4. It's about 5, maybe 7 car lengths to catch up to Hamlin.
Also watching another pretty good battle behind them, and that's Kyle Busch along with Brad Keselowski. Always kind of fun when you see those two hanging out in the same neighborhood as they flash in front of us. That is a fight for 11.
And they've been together for about the last 20 laps. Kyle Busch was able to close, and then he dropped back, then it closed again. Just trying to find some racing room, but Keselowski knows which lane to run to keep Kyle Busch at bay.
Both those cars working around at Landon Castle now. Here comes Kyle Busch trying to size up Keselowski. He'll be committed up to the top side like he's been doing all day. That's the 18 of Kyle Busch I'm talking about. Keselowski down at the bottom of 4.
They are a half a track behind leader Kyle Larson. 3 laps left here in stage number 1.
Now let's check in on pit road with Brad Gilly.
You guys were just talking about Kyle Busch. He's kind of stalled out in that 12th position right now. I can tell you this, tire wear is something we do talk about a lot about at Atlanta. A lot of drivers say they like it when the lap times drop off. Right now, Kyle Busch just wishes he could get a few more laps out of the good of those tires before they start to drop off. He's just kind of stalled out in 12th.
Watching out on the racetrack, Bubba Wallace just went a lap down, as well as Michael McDowell. McDowell's hoping that Larson doesn't pass too many other cars so he could be the lucky dog here as it finishes up, as we're watching Larson come into turn 3 right now, Pat.
Yeah, Larson is he's just gobbling them up, man. He is Pac-Man on the bottom of the racetrack. Not his usual Larson lane, really making it work down at the bottom today.
1 lap left here in stage number 1. Larson across the stripe. Again, McDowell trying to hold on to that free pass. They're in 1.
Kyle Larson going into the wind, uses the top groove of the racetrack pretty much every lap in turns 1 and 2, except when he's in lap traffic. Right now, McDowell trying to hang on to his back bumper. And as he heads down the backstretch, I think we're going to see him, Pat, again head to the bottom.
Yeah, Michael McDowell had no shot there in terms of keeping up with the leader as he works down to the bottom of the racetrack. Here comes Kyle Larson midway through 3 and 4. He's going to run right up on David Reagan, who's got to step on it right now, or he's going to go a lap down.
Kyle Larson will flash by the green and white checkered flag. He will be the winner of stage number 1. Coming home in second, almost 4 seconds back, will be Kevin Harvick. Third place belongs to Eric Almirola. Kurt Busch 4th. 5th will be Martin Truex Jr. Ryan Blaney was 6th, followed by Joey Logano, Denny Hamlin, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., and Kurt Busch. And that rounds up your top 10 here as we wrap up stage number 1 today of the Folds of Honor Quiktrip 500. You know what? This is a shout out to the professional tailgaters and race day grillers. We may not all agree on the best race day foods, but when it's served with an ice cold Coca-Cola or Coke Zero Sugar, you know what you've got. You got yourself a winner. We'll be back with those all-important pit stops at the conclusion of stage 1 in just a moment.